Well, my favorite memory was I lived with my mother and dad because my husband was in service. So my favorite memory would be the day he came home from World War II. And I had a house already with furniture in it that we would stay in. So we stayed there just outside of Apex and farmed. But Apex was the main place where we went for groceries, for to meet friends. You know, people then were so friendly. You knew everybody. You knew each store who was in it, and it was a few. I never noticed somebody has told you that we had the bank, we had 3 or 4 grocery stores, we had a printer, we had a lawyer, we had a doctor, we had most anything, but it was small, but you still knew everyone. So it was just good living. At one time later, they uptown town hall, they had it where the young people could go up there certain nights and have their dance or have fun. And also downstairs, they had the court. And I'm I had an experience, I don't know if I'm supposed, but my son and 2 more little boys in the middle of the night took a motorcycle out. But they didn't know they was going to meet a cop, so he carried them in. So I was called in the middle of the night to come down and pick up my son. So I went and picked up my son, and he cried all the way home. Because he was doing something he shouldn't have done. So boys will be boys. Well, I guess the important times would be when we got more schools. Because at one time we just had the 2, and then we had another one, and now we have several. And at one time it was much larger land and less people, but we're getting more of everything. So, but you build more friendship. I think earlier times we were closer because there was not as many people. People were not as busy. You had time to talk to a neighbor, and I think more people went to church because it was we knew we needed to go, and then too it was somewhere to go because there was very few places to go to. Well, the fact that I've been here so long, I came here to live in Wake County in 1946, and I lived in the house that I just moved from. I moved in that house in 1948, and I lived there until 2018. So I lived in that house a long time. So I raised 6 children there. So it was home. My husband, is an Olive, and the Olives have always lived in Wake County, I think. Oh, and he was in the Navy for 6 years, and he had made up his mind when he got home, he would stay home, and he stayed home. He didn't venture out far. So we had a dairy farm and a tobacco farm. So it's a lot of work to do there. So we just stayed Wake County. And Wake County is a good place to stay. And Apex is a good place to stay. The people are friendly. And we don't have too much crime going on that I know of. And we have plenty of churches, plenty of good people, plenty of schools, and getting more schools, I think. Well, I would hope maybe that people would be closer. We're not close, but we don't. People don't have time to be close because they're going. I think most time you have children there in activities. But I think Apex has got more parks, and I think most of the cities and so do have parks for children to go, and even have parks for the dogs to go, which is good because then they're not interfering with people. So I hope that more my family and everybody get back in church. And that, of course, we want the children to stay in school and things will be good. We're getting more industry all around, and I hope that's going to be good for everybody. It started in 1850. I joined in 1950. And I was baptized in the pond. A lot of people at that time was baptized in the ponds around. But at Olive Chapel, it was very more active. We had more members. I think families stayed. Now, when you have family, a lot of your family move away. But back then, all the families stayed and had their children, and the whole family goes to church. It was just one of those things. And now, if they want to farm on Sunday, they farm on Sunday. There's not much farming going on. But they just don't turn out like they used to. But it is a good church to go to. We've just got a new minister that's very nice and very likable. And I just hope more people are going here, how nice, and come back to church.